everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of my conversation with Lee Ryan and Simon Webb from Blue. We touch on some really incredible topics in this episode, really heartfelt issues such as mental health. We talk on my favorite subject, spirituality. We even touch on tarots. And the most gripping of all, we talk about the realities of fame and the ups and downs that the boys have gone through over the last 20 years. I hope that you love listening to it.
Simon, a lot of people don't know this about you, but you're actually very, very shy, aren't you? I mean, no one would know that about you because you come across as ultra confident. But that also, and I know how sensitive you are about mental health issues, particularly in men. I know that's a massive thing for you. Can you talk to me a bit more about that?
What my journey with
just your journey with that
to do with mental health.
Yeah.
I just think I've never really spoken about it before, but you know, I've seen a lot of abuse growing up, whether it's personal or not, and it sort of molded me into realizing that not everything in life you have control over. It just depends on how you accept it. You know, I have gone through waking up at 6 p.m, partying until 6 a.m, and just repeating for 3 months. I remember not opening my curtains for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
Just sitting in the dark, but I actually knew what I was doing. You know, and maybe it's because of the environment that I grew up around. You know, I was watching people on the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And wondering and seeing what they've gone through and how they've wasted away. I could just feel myself doing that as well.
Really?
So I just thought to myself, you know what, I'm in a position to help now. And by sharing my story, hopefully people out there will understand that it's not just them. But yeah, I am a bit of a shy person. Sometimes my shyness is taken as arrogance. Someone can look at my face and go, "You all right?" And I'm like,
you always used to get that though.
People
used to go to the site. He's moody, innit? And I'd be like, no, he's not moody at all. And they'd be like, yeah, but he looks.
But that's
moody.
That's your way of masking it. That's your way of masking it.
Listen, I'm from a neighbourhood. If you smile, if people take advantage of you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But not only that,
you
you can't be shy in that kind of environment because you'll get taken advantage of. So it's kind of like a self-defensive.
Well, this is why I liked being in Blue.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a solo artist. As a solo artist, you've got to come out and you've got to be everything when you're on your own. When I was surrounded by such big personalities, it made it a lot easier for me to be navigated through. My thing was, I get a chance to go in the studio, I get to write my songs, I get to put my life on paper and people can listen to it, like when I did my solo stuff, you know, Lay Your Hands, that was about suicide, people would know that.
No.
That was about my friend committing suicide. Right. And I always think that if I was around, I was able to give him a hug and just sit him down and say, look, come over here, let's have a talk.
Yeah.
Then things would have been different. So a lot of my songs have double meanings.
Right. Very personal meaning.
Very personal meaning, whether it's abuse, drugs, alcohol, whatever, it's in my songs.
So you write about something that you've experienced or seen or been through.
Always, and that's why when, you know, you asked earlier, like, do we write for other people? It's like, well, like Lee said, no, it's writing a song is really, really personal. You know what I mean?
Sure. What's the best song you've ever written, each of you, that you love and you're like,
a million songs that people have never heard that I'd probably say are beautiful songs that I've written. Every single song that I write, I love.
Okay, but maybe choose one of the Blue ones then.
I mean, Breathe Easy for me, which I wrote, was one of the biggest songs that I think I've ever released and written.
What was Breathe Easy about? What was the inspiration for that? Oh, there was no inspiration.
Do you want to say?
No, I want to know. I want to know now. You have to tell us.
I think I'll leave her alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on, Simon.
I put her through enough stress. Bless her.
Was it one of your?
I was an old flame. Yeah, it was. It was a young thing, and she was a sweetheart.
Who was the most popular band member in terms of girls? Was it you?
No.
Was it Duncan?
I think we've all got our own kind of thing going on. I was a little shit.
Depends what you say popular is.
I mean,
because I'll tell you who you wouldn't realise when we all went out, it'd be Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
When Anthony was single,
right?
Anthony was the man.
Was he?
Like, we used to stand there and try and get his flick-ons. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got the banter. He had the banter. It'd be like, Anthony's favourite thing was, remember, a girl would walk past, he'd be like, a clapper, and they'd be like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, sweetheart, come here, girl. and then he'd have that Cockney, like that swagger about it. And I used to stand there and go, what the?
If I tried that now, I'd get a slap. They'd be like, yeah, carry on clapping.
But it's the way he would do it.
You think you are?
The way he would do it. Yeah.
That's so Are you looking forward to sort of being back together as a four and performing?
Do you know we still do gigs now? Like we did a gig the other day, obviously because of
as current, a four, did you?
Yeah, but because of current situations
do a lot of corporates
that have happened.
Do you?
Not that I want to go into what's happened recently. We're all aware of it, but
yeah,
getting back together now, I think people just want to get back and go to gigs and enjoy life again.
Yeah.
So it's nice for us to get back on the road.
I mean, we was in Bali when the pandemic became big news.
What, as a band?
Yeah. We were singing at someone's wedding in Bali.
Oh, wow.
We was meant to go to
Korea was our next stop.
We was meant to go to
Korea.
No, was it not Korea? We was meant to go to Vietnam.
Vietnam, that's what I meant.
Vietnam. Yeah. And I was really looking forward to it because
we've never been there before.
Yeah. It was actually me and my missus. Them guys went back, and I turned around to my missus, and I was like, "Should we just stay in Bali?" So they went back for a couple of weeks, and we went backpacking around Bali.
Tell me what you did. Was that kind of more to enhance your sort of spiritual stuff? Did you do anything exciting out there? Because you can do loads of stuff in Bali.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I was really healthy. I weren't drinking. I wasn't like. I went there for a cleanse, really.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, I always feel like if I go on holiday, I don't like to go away and party. I like to go away and actually relax and come back and come back. I don't want to come back from a holiday and feel like I need another holiday.
Yeah.
Our life is full of like events, shows, very social events where we have to go and meet, not have to, but get invited to go and meet people and the promoters of shows that we do, and it's always respectful in places in Asia and places for us to turn up and meet the promoters and say thank you and have a meal with them. So it's very social with us and have a drink or whatever. So, when I go away in my own time, I want to do exactly the opposite.
Do you think that in your sort of life as performers, you've been able to be sort of authentically yourselves, or do you feel like you've always kind of had to have your guard up?
No, I think we've always had that. Because we all know each other, we've always promised each other, listen, if any of us are getting out of hand or we feel that one's pulling away or thinks he's bigger than he is, the other three will pull you back in very quickly. Yeah. Because the only stars are in the sky.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So we always stay grounded as much as possible. So I think that's also one of the reasons why after 21 years, I think we've had one blow up.
Yeah, really?
One blow up of you, that once, and that was in our second year on our first tour. And that was no one else's fault. That was just what we realised is that it was people around us were whispering in our ears, winding you up. So when we did get to meet, it became something bigger, and then we looked at each other and we went, "What are you doing?" We went, "What are we doing here?" Like. And then we realised...
you guys are genuinely close. No, it's not an act, is it?
But on that same fight, it was Anthony that made me laugh because he was smashing up something. I was smashing up something.
On a flight?
No, in a hotel.
Oh, right, okay.
But there was like pictures.
We would never put our hands on each other. So it was just.
I would never punch him.
Smash that.
So he smashed this big, massive picture was on the wall. Bless the people who ever worked in this hotel. Obviously, we paid for the damage. But he's going, yeah. And I'm going, psh, and he goes, yeah, I'm going to smash something, psh, like that. And then he's in the room. I'm smashing stuff outside. He's smashing stuff inside. And we're seeing who could smash the biggest thing. And then Anthony's opened up the door and he's gone. And then I just fell up laughing.
We looked at each other and then we was like,
burst out laughing.
You know what, boys, come into the room. And then
we started laughing because it was Anthony who just went. It was very funny. I was telling stories the other night. I was at Ali's house because Ali now lives in Spain, and me and Ali started swapping stories with like the people. Because Ali, sorry to give you a background, Ali used to be on tour with us and he used to be like our personal trainer, but he kind of friend, and he's went into like tour managing, kind of like double job. Yeah. But he moved to Spain the same time I did in the same area, which is so weird. Yeah, crazy. And I went for dinner with him the other night at his house. His mum cooked this beautiful Iranian food, and we all started swapping stories, and it was really funny because I've started remembering stuff that he told me, and I was like, I forgot about that. I think we pretty much terrorised him badly.
What, him?
Yeah.
He used to get it bad.
Yeah, he gets it.
From
really.
all of you. Oh,
Yeah,
bless
I'm
him.
No, not from me. I was always.
Sam was a nice boy.
The thing was.
Why are you pointing at me?
I was.
You went like that.
He
went like that, didn't
No,
he?
do you know what the thing was? I never. These guys knew practical jokes.
Right.
Just don't do it with Si.
Really?
You wouldn't find it funny.
It's not funny.
You're serious.
I'm like.
Dead serious.
Because if I start doing the practical jokes, I might take it too far, and then he would then take it for, and just.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
He didn't know.
Were you the eldest in the band?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
So it's you, and then who's younger than
Then
you?
Duncan.
And then Anthony, and then
Lee, yeah.
baby Lee.
Yeah.
I was a little shit.
We was meant to be
I
called.
was a
We was
little
meant to be
shit.
called lads.
Are you joking?
Lee, Anthony, Duncan,
Oh,
Simon.
shit,
So happy
God,
we
thank
didn't
God
recall
someone
blue.
else chose. Who chose blue?
Me.
What does blue stand for?
It's blue for boys, isn't it?
Is that what it was? Simple.
No, do you know it wasn't? It was.
it?
No, not why I thought of blue.
For 21 years.
This
I
is
thought
21
that.
years you've thought that.
No,
Finally find out why we're called blue.
no.
Michael Blue.
The label said, think of a name that doesn't scream boy band.
Right.
So at the time, I was thinking, well, a lot of people or songs had a colour in it that was successful. Like there was Pink.
Yeah.
There was a Simply Red.
Yeah.
Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Oh, I love that.
And then there was who sang Yellow? Yellow. Coldplay.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I went, what about Blue? And then Lee's like went, Blue.
Yeah.
Let's call ourselves Yellow. No, you said red, innit? Or something like that.
No.
And then about 2 weeks later, the record label texted us all and said, boys, what do you think of the name Blue?
Wow.
And
that's
we never
crazy.
said this to the label.
Really?
Yeah, so it was
That's
just, then everyone looked
unbelievable.
at me, it was in Duncan's house, and he all went, it's our name, man, it's Destiny. Because we had this thing about everything's destiny.
Yeah. But I love that. But I think that's
But
kind
yeah.
of the little connection between all of you. Are you all kind of
I
spiritual?
mean,
and like that?
our record label exec, Hugh, very spiritual guy. I absolutely
he is.
adore him. He's lovely. But he come up with, I come up with some stupid names. He went, what about the lotus position? We're going to call ourselves Lotus. So it's an insect, isn't it?
Oh, bless you. Bless
He is amazing.
you.
Do you know what?
he was
Because he sat me down, because I was the last one to join the group.
Right.
Because even though I lived with
Lee.
Lee had got the audition to join Duncan and Anthony in the group.
But you hadn't.
No, I didn't get the call.
So when you were all in that lineup, by the way,
No,
did they pick you?
No,
rewind
no,
a little
no.
bit. I was about to go to America
Yeah.
to because I wanted to be an actor. I never really wanted to. As much as I love singing, I wanted to be an actor,
Yeah.
and I wanted to get into film. And I had an opportunity to go over to America and work on some film sets because there was a producer over there that worked on a film called Collateral with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, and he was an exec on that. And he said, "Look, come over, and you can start working as a runner." And build yourself up, and you can come out and get a college and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I wanted to go and live in Santa Monica because I always had an affiliation with the place.
Yeah, I love LA.
Love Santa Monica and Venice Beach.
Yeah, me
Went
too.
there years after Blue, actually.
Yeah.
But I was literally put the phone down and I was like, right, I'm going. Simon was living with us at the time. And
How did you end up living with Lee? Because you didn't know him before the audition, did you?
Well, from that same audition, I said when we all stood in a line, we exchanged numbers.
Oh, right, okay. And then you came back to Manchester.
But I came back to Manchester, and,
Yeah.
and then about a year and a half later, I still didn't store his number in my phone, but I knew his last 3 digits were 533.
Right.
And my granddad was on his deathbed, like God rest in peace, with cancer, and he used to say to me, "What are you waiting for?" And I was like, "I'm waiting on a record deal." He said, "That's your problem. You're always waiting for things to happen. Go make it happen."
Yeah.
The day he died is the day he called me
Really?
and said, "Bruv, come and live with me. My sister just moved out."
right. No, this is funny. So I've gone to him, yeah, come down. And then he's ringing me going, sure, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, bruv, just come. We can write, we can do this, we can go to auditions together and stuff. Anyway, he's turned up at the train station.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm at the train station. I went, oh, shit.
I haven't told my mum.
No, stop there. No, this is it. I went, are you sure I can come?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And I went, what did your mum say? He went, yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah.
I went, yeah, we'll see. Right?
Yeah.
So when I'm at Charing Cross Station now, he's gone, oh, damn, yeah.
Tell me, Mum.
He's come off the phone. He's gone, Mum, this is because she's told me the story.
Yeah.
He's gone, Mum, remember that guy that you spoke to on the phone a few times from Manchester? I said he could move in. She went, you what? She went, yeah. She goes, and what's he going to do? Because I said he could have Gemma's room.
No, and she went, how long's he going to stay for?
Said,
and I went,
he said he'll see. So she must have thought, you cheeky little...
But do you know what? How amazing is your mum?
Oh, my mum is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing, right? And how long did you live with them for?
Well, this is what is so amazing about it all is after the first thing I did in his house was I figured out what floorboards creaked on the stairs. So I used to I used to
Spider-Man moves.
Yeah, I used to sneak around the house because I didn't want to come back to my side because I've told everyone I'm off to be famous.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm flat.
And
I'm going to go and be successful.
Did you do that? That's amazing.
Because that's me manifesting it though.
That is you manifesting it.
That's me going,
Si.
this is going to happen and I ain't coming back.
Until it happens.
Yeah. So
Did anyone say to you, you're never going to be able to do it?
No one ever said that.
That's amazing.
No one ever. To be honest, a lot of my people were supportive. They was like,
really
this
nice.
street thing ain't you, Si.
Really?
Yeah, they say you're not built for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
from
that, like I said, learned all the floorboards. And his mom said to me after about 3 days, she went, I can hear you sneaking around. And the thing is that Lee's become different since you've moved in.
Right.
And I like the way you make your bed.
Aww.
And then she went,
because I never made my bed.
Really?
and she said, and the thing is that you could be that big brother he's never had, and I've never been able to give him. And when she was, so I don't want any rent money.
Wow.
Because she said, and this is what's always stuck with me, because when you're in a position to help, you should.
Yeah, that's my mum all over.
And she goes, I feel like I need, she says, because me and his mum used to sit up till 3, 4 in the morning just talking.
Really?
And
she used to do your tarot cards.
Yeah.
Did she?
Like, this is what I'm
is
saying.
Your mum a psychic?
No. No.
Go on.
This is what happened now. Anyway.
Tell me what happened. I need to know this.
Fast forward. We get this call.
Right. So wait, because when I said I got a phone call,
Yeah.
and I put the phone down going to America,
Yeah.
and then I got a phone call going, Duncan, who I met at the audition with him,
Yeah.
and I did this morning boy band with Anthony,
Right.
and there was another 2 guys. We won't go into that,
Yeah.
but there was another 2 guys in the band.
They're like the other Beatles that never got in, right?
Yeah, kind of that. I think there's a lot of bands like that. But I got this phone call and I said, no, they went, we've got a record deal. Come down and do it. And I went, no, I'm going to America. Wow. And he turned around to me on the stairs and went, you're going to that audition. And I went, I don't want to. I said, I want to go to America. Wow. And he was like, no, you're going. And I was like, and my mum was like, you're going. And I was like, all right. So I went and
No, stop there. Okay. And then he went, you've got to come.
With me?
With me. And I said, nah, because you've changed my life. And I said, if I go and I get it.
And you don't.
And you don't. Because
I
said,
he's backing himself.
I said, do you know how that would make me feel? And he went, oh, and he walked off into the living room. And his mom was standing there at the kitchen while I was still on the stairs. Yeah. And she looked at me and she went, do you know how many friends would have stood over Lee and stepped over him to get to that audition? Because that's why I know there's something special about you. Mm-hmm. He went. Go and carry on.
I went in and I met our manager who was going to be Blue's manager for the foreseeable future when Blue finally came to fruition.
Yeah.
And Daniel Glattman, and I did Flying Without Wings, and I turned around and I did the.
You actually have to do that for me because I want to see if you can hit those notes.
Later. I just did it in falsetto. That's all you're getting. And then I basically, he literally turned around, to his back to me, spoke to his colleagues, and he went, do you want to be in the band? Literally there. And I went,
yeah, please.
I thought that I was going to get a call back or they were going to call
amazing.
me. Literally on the spot said, do you want to be in the band? And I was like, yeah, all right. I was like, okay. Well, I was only 16.
Were you excited though?
Yeah, but I didn't know what it was. So I was just like, yeah, cool, man. I was like, all right.
Now, this is called manifestation, right? Here we go. This is where it all starts.
All right.
He gets me an audition
with
the manager.
Right.
Yeah.
I see Duncan again, meet Anthony and these other 2 guys. They sing To the End of the Road.
Yeah.
Boys to Men. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, rah, you lot sound wicked.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's gone, yeah, man, good luck with the audition, blah, blah, blah. He shut the door. The manager's turned to me. As Lee's hit the door, he's gone to me, you're not getting in this group. I don't even want to see you. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but I'm only doing this because Lee's asked me to.
Wow.
Now, what are you going to sing? And obviously, I'm going back to the audition of like, I don't know any songs to sing, but I can sing you this song I wrote when I was 15.
You did. What did you do?
No, I did that. I didn't sing. That's what I sang.
You sang your own song?
Oh, no, the thong song.
You did thong song, yeah.
I did the thong song as well.
I remember you doing it.
You too. Bless you.
And then he goes to me, well, because he says, oh, so you wrote that song? I was like, yeah, I wrote it. He's like, okay, that's pretty good. He goes, so what do you want to be in this business for? And he just had this attitude. Like, so I went, so I can go to the bank and press withdraw without having to press balance first.
Oh.
Tried to break the ice with a little joke.
Yeah.
And he's gone, oh, so you're only in it for the money then? I was like, oh my God.
God.
I went, you're effing this, you're effing that. I walked out to him, I went, I'm glad you're in the band, but your manager. He's like, oh, you're pretty. Anyway.
Wow.
2 weeks later, sitting on the couch with it. I've met this girl, by the way.
Yeah.
Who became my friend in London.
Yeah.
Joe.
Ruth.
Okay.
Ruth. She calls me up while he's on the couch. We're in his living room.
Yeah.
And she goes, I've got this guy who's producing for this new boy band signed by Virgin, and they've just thrown 2 guys out the band and they're looking for a black guy. So I said, you?
Wow.
And I'm on the phone. I look over at Lee and I went, 3 guys in a band for Virgin. And he's gone, oh, you got an audition? Got an audition? So obviously we went out with Ray.
Yeah.
We went out on a night with him, and then he's gone back to the label and gone, I found the perfect guy.
So Ray's the producer?
Ray's the
Ruffin,
producer.
yeah.
Right.
Obviously, I've slagged off the manager.
Right, yeah. Well, to his face?
To his face. So I'm like, tell him my name's Michael. So remember Ray. Because even Ray thought my name was Michael. He was like, yo, Michael. And I was like, and he was like, Si. And I was like, oh, yeah. Well, trying to have this conversation. But anyway, in the end, I ended up calling the manager, clean slate, this, that, and the other. He makes me sing Flying Without Wings.
Oh my God, the manager does?
At this audition.
Oh no.
I get a phone call. Don't forget, there's I think 1,000 people auditioned for this one part, right? Lee phones me up and he goes, bruv, we're at the Brits and we're with, because I've got down to the last 2 right now.
Yeah.
He goes, we're at the Brits with this other kid. I think he's in the band.
Oh, God.
He's gone, oh, sorry, bruv, I don't know what to say to you. But I've got him on speaker and his mum's standing there in the room. And she's gone, what? She's gone in, she's got the tarot cards out, and she's gone bang, 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 bang. No, he said you're in the band.
What?
And I'm like, what?
That is crazy.
No, but Sheila's crying. She's really upset because she really, really wanted this.
Yeah, for you.
For us too.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just don't. I was like, Sheila, it's cool, man. It's cool. I said, this always happens to me. I always get to the right to the pinnacle, and then I said, it's God's way of telling me to keep going. I know it is. Whatever it is. And she was like, no, but look.
Yeah, she said
shuffle the cards.
My mum just kept on doing the cards. Yeah, she said,
how
many times she
did it 3?
Yeah.
She went bang, bang, bang 3 times. She says, it says you're in the band. The next day I got the call.
Yeah, because to be fair, I went back and the guy I just didn't get on with him. Like, I didn't get him. And he was the younger one and I wanted to be the younger one. So I was like, he was younger than me.
I
was like, I don't like him. No, he was lovely, but he just didn't have the swag. Yeah. And I was just like, he was just, I think they were like saying, oh yeah, he's got this kind of like vibe about him. But I was like, yeah, but he ain't cool. Yeah. It's not like, I was 16, 17, but I was still quite mature.
Yeah.
Like I was a maturer guy. Like I don't know, I weren't like even though I was young and silly and stupid, but I still had like a vibe, and then Dunk had a vibe and Anthony had a vibe, and he was just like, looked like too preen and proper and just didn't look like, he should have been an S Club 7. That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, man. I said, like, it's got to be Si. So yeah, that we kind of put against it, and I said, no, Si's got to get this.
How did you feel when you got the call?
Well, I was working for Lee's mom in the hairdresser at the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I called her up and she went, shut up and you go. But that day she went, get here by 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
This was about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I had an hour to get from Blackheath to Ladbroke Grove on a tube strike.
Wow. Do you get a bus?
I remember going to the taxi rank and there was a queue for the taxi, and I went right to the front And I said, please, can I just get this next taxi? I asked everyone in the queue, excuse me.
Yeah.
I said,
You're
I'm
so
about to be in the boy band. I need to get this taxi.
Yeah.
And they all went, yeah, go.
Amazing.
So I managed to get in the taxi and I got there at 10 to 5.
What did it feel like doing the Brits? Because was that something that you guys had always wanted to do?
Yeah.
Brits.
Must have been, because Brits.
Amazing.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, like
What,
you
the
watch it on
performance or
TV.
going?
I talk about the Brits.
performing.
I think doing Top of the Pops was the one.
Was
the Brits,
it?
The Brits still exists and it's cool and
Yeah.
but it's very political. I think the Brits, and it's like when you get there, it's obviously like wow when you first. But I'm really happy that we got to be on Top of the Pops because that was
Iconic.
an icon.
Iconic.
Like remember when JLS come out?
Yeah.
And they first. I remember
one
they
of
went,
them.
oh, we're so jealous that you got to be on
Top
Top of
of-
the
yeah,
Pops.
that you got- they didn't
But
get to do
everyone's
it.
like, the Brits is now such an established kind of thing that everyone's done. Who gets in the industry, you get a chance to go, but no one gets a chance to go there
on
now.
Top of the Pops.
Yeah, I think we went on it. Did we do If You Come Back on there?
Can't remember. Yeah, If You Come Back.
A huge part of my spiritual evolution has been really understanding that everything that we go through as adults is as a direct consequence of what we've experienced as kids and the way we've processed things.
Yeah,
and
past
our
trauma.
Yeah, trauma and our belief system, right? That
Yeah.
we've taken things and, we've created these like judgments and beliefs about ourselves, and then that's been our narrative that we pushed out in the world. So for me, it was a lot to do with needing a lot of external validation.
Yeah, but
in
also
different
it's
ways.
the people that you attract in your life
Absolutely.
now that then because of the past traumas,
Yeah.
like the people that you attract to yourself
Yeah.
is almost like it's the manifestation of what you don't even realize it because
Right. It's that
the
powerful.
patterns.
Yeah.
And then when you kind of break it down and start understanding these things,
Yeah.
you start seeing things that you've never understood before come
Yeah.
to light. And
Yeah.
then you go, oh, that's why. And they can that realization and that kind of enlightenment can be so life changing.
It transforms you, doesn't
It's
it?
amazing. Yeah.
Well, you just realise that everything is within your own capability of processing, and it stops you from projecting onto other people.
Yeah.
But it also teaches you when a relationship has got to a point where you've got to let it go, whether it's a friend or more. And it's really about keeping your circle clean.
That is. It's like my circle's become very limited.
Yeah.
And I've taken myself off to be living in a more simpler way, and it's been great for me.
Yeah.
I've had to cut a lot of ties, which have been hard.
Yeah.
But at the back end of it, I know that it will come back around
Full
again
circle.
for me to
Yeah.
become a more empowered person and be more ownership of my own life rather than blame.
Absolutely.
Because you get in that perpetual kind of
Yeah.
cycle of blame. Well, you did that. This is why this. And the minute you own it is the minute you take power.
Totally.
Because you're giving away the power when you're blaming someone.
100%.
If you own it, then you take the power back from them, even if it is their fault.
Exactly.
So it's like it's the psychology, and then someone goes, "Well, how can you do that? How can you accept that it's you when it was blatantly them?" You say, "Well, you're not," because what you're doing is you're taking it back off them and saying, "Well, actually, these are my reactions. Whatever you do in your life is your life.
Yeah.
It's your reaction to that is upon you." So you can't really blame someone for your
Well, there's two
reaction.
things, right? Someone still has to be accountable for their actions, but what you're saying is, which I believe, but fundamentally how you respond and how you feel is a very good navigation system into what your triggers are.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So if somebody says
exactly.
something to you, the question to ask is, but why has that upset me so much?
Yeah.
Why am I so offended? Because
Exactly.
in reality,
Because someone's breaking your rules.
or they're challenging something about yourself that you believe to be true. So
Or
let's
it's a
say someone
mirror.
disrespects
It's
you.
also a mirror. It's a mirror.
You don't like what you in them, what you don't like in
because
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's something. It's a mirror. Everything's a mirror.
Everything's a mirror.
So most people who are horrible to you is because they're shouting at themselves.
Absolutely.
So you're just a mirror to them.
Yeah.
They're seeing something in you that they don't like about themselves. That's the way it works. So,
yeah, I think when I was younger, like my way of processing how I was feeling would be to get really angry. Like I didn't know how to calmly communicate my feelings because that idea of having boundaries wasn't really. I didn't really learn that growing up. It was more about you've got to kind of do what you're supposed to do. And if someone's older than you and they do something that's not right, you have to accept it. And so I didn't learn very good boundaries.
Society, that is.
Yeah, society. Yeah. And, so growing up, I've had to relearn actually boundaries. So it's okay to say no. It's okay not to be nice, not to have to like everybody.
There's so many different parts of society. So it's just which ones you want to fit in. No, there's no wrong or right. It's like whatever you feel comfortable in. But you've got to find your own boundaries, your own respect of what you want, and what you will take as well.
But when you do that, what you'll find is you'll lose people from your life.
Yeah.
That needed you to pitch up and be a certain way or do certain things. The moment that you refine that and you start saying, no, I'm not going to do that, or that doesn't feel good for me, then you will lose people from your life. I mean, it's inevitable. That's part of the journey, isn't it? But, your circle's small, isn't it, Si? Your circle's small, my circle's small, and that's intentional.
No, my circle has been small for
a long time.
For a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just me.
But it's the best way.
It's me and my, and people always say, like, I haven't seen you in ages. It's like, I don't really need to see you. I mean, when we see each other and then we can catch up. But
it's lovely, yeah.
I don't need you in my life. Yeah. I've never needed anybody. Do you know what I mean? And having these boys in my life is good enough for me.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, we're very privileged to have ourselves, because being in a band, I don't think anyone could understand that camaraderie that you've had being in a band. In a band, you've like.
Well, some bands. I mean,
some bands don't. Some bands beat the shit out of each other, but like we don't. We
genuinely love each other.
Yeah, we have a massive. Look, we fight sometimes, but not in a massive falling out way. Like me and Duncan sometimes go head to head out of everyone, probably the most. But I love him like dearly. I'd chop my own arm off for him if I had to. I'd wouldn't do any. I'd do anything for the boys, and chuck myself in front of a bus. But sometimes you do clash and sometimes you bat heads, but there's always a respect level. There's always that higher love and energy that we've got between each other that never fades.
Yeah. I've got a really interesting question for both of you before we finish off. Tell me one thing that doesn't bother you that you think bothers a lot of other people. So for me, for example, it might bother people if they're misunderstood, right? If someone doesn't like me, they don't get what I'm trying to say.
I think opinions. I don't give a fuck about people's opinions.
Really?
Yeah, I'd like if someone's got an opinion, great, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
But if I've got an opinion, it seems to bother them.
Really?
So that's in answer to your question. That's that.
And that's amazing, because that means actually that you're less influenced by what people are saying.
I don't think you can be influenced by people unless you want to line up on the left, and I never did.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy.
Really?
I'm like, if I was going to line up on the left, I'll line up on the right just to piss you off.
What about you, Si?
Probably that I don't care about what you think.
Yeah. You truly don't care.
I just don't care and I can cut people out like that.
Really?
Yeah, all day long, and I also, I've had it recently, I can feel when I can tell by looking at somebody what your intention is with me.
Really?
Straight away. So it's I'm clean-hearted.
Yes.
I know that will always win, no matter how much, because I have been hurt in the past through friendships, relationships, and it does hurt.
Yeah.
But I can get over it.
Can you?
Oh, yeah.
How do you get over it?
Knowing that I can get over it. Because I've got no choice.
Right.
How you made me feel now has crossed the line.
Right.
So there's no going back.
So when you say you cut, do you just cut off contact?
Yeah, just cut off, yeah.
And you won't respond
because I don't need you.
I don't need you, yeah.
I loved having you in my life. I loved what we were about, but I don't need you, bro. Don't need you, Mrs. or whoever it is. I don't.
Yeah.
Never have. I've grown up by myself. Even though my mum's actually said that to me once. She goes, I'm very proud of you because you have raised yourself. My mum had me when she was young.
Really?
And her only way of raising me was to put the fear of God into me.
Yeah.
And the fear of God was, I didn't care if a teacher said, right, I've got to ring your mum, man, I'd be like, oh, no. All that business, because it was just that wrath of my mum, like that look, that she only needed to give me that look.
Wow.
Or the fact that I was disappointing her. Tell you a story.
Yeah.
My friends used to do all-nighters.
Partying?
No, just all-nighters. When you're a kid, like, you're coming into the park.
Yeah.
Let's go to the park and have an all-nighter.
Yeah, right.
But obviously, I never knew this because eventually it gets too cold and you got to go
home.
But I was like, Mum, I'm going to go for an all-nighter. And she was like, no, you're not going out. not my way I walk the street at night. You stay your ass. Anyway, I sneaked out the window.
Wow.
When I got back, I was sneaking in, and as I taking off my clothes, I just saw my mum's feet walking in the room. And I just remember it scared. I was like, like I'd just seen her go.
Oh my God.
And I just remember this one thing. And I thought, I'm going to get licks or something like. And she turned around and she went, oh, okay. She goes, if anybody was to say that my son was a thief, I would defend you till the cows come home. But now I see you climbing in and out of a window like one. She goes, I believe them.
Did
and that
you?
one, oh my God, I was like,
you.
oh man, I was.
She twisted it up. She sent
from, and I was about.
She looked at it from a different
12,
angle.
13,
Let me deal with this.
I like your mum.
She goes, I believe them.
Wow.
And I was like, I would have rather you slap me around the head or take off your slipper and do the whole.
Mum just come in and just flip the script.
Yeah, from then. And I think, but anyway, from what she said, you've never really needed anybody. She used to follow people, but now I see you're a leader now.
That's amazing.
And that's from those moments. It was like, I'm just going to be me. I can't follow what you want to do. Sounds exciting, but my moral compass is going, that's wrong.
Yeah.
But obviously, I can't get caught doing it. But let me try it. And getting caught, and I got caught.
You got caught.
Got arrested. Got everything. And the policeman was saying he was more scared of you coming down to pick him up, Mrs. Webb, than anything. Nicked. And then she was like, "You see what you do? You are statistic now. Yeah, tick that box.
Yeah, tick that box."
I'm like, Mum, I don't want to tick no box.
Oh, guys, you know what? It's been such a beautiful experience having you both here today. I've loved it.
I could talk for hours.
I
feel like it's so hard to get 20 years in an hour. There's so much we could talk about, and so many actually the experiences that we've had.
Well, we'll have to do another one when you guys are touring. Maybe when you're next in Manchester, we'll get all four of you, and it'd be lovely to have you on.
Yeah, for sure.
But thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much love to you guys.
And congratulations on your podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
You have to do the all right for me now.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I'll be the fifth band member.
You can do it. You can hit higher notes than me now. It's good.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Hi guys, thank you so much for being on the Rice journey with me, Henna Riaz. This podcast has been brought to you by Marylebone Publishing. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Rise with Henna.